The nation's consumer supply chain faces severe disruptions if dock workers at ports along the east and Gulf coasts go on strike, and the deadline is quickly approaching. Investigator Tim McNicholas is in Jersey City with the details and the possible fallout.
Work at some of the busiest ports in North America could soon come to a halt.
When my men hit the streets, from Maine to Texas, every single port will lock down.
The union, which represents more than 40,000 longshoremen at 36 ports, including major hubs like Charleston, Houston, and Miami, is demanding wage increases as well as protection from job-killing automation.
I've been fighting automation for years. They destroyed L.A.
Workers are threatening to strike if a new labor agreement with shipping companies represented by the United States Maritime Alliance is not reached by October 1st.
All activity in the Port of New York and New Jersey with regards to containerized cargo and automobile cargo will cease.
Each year, more than $200 billion worth of goods, including car parts, construction materials, and produce pass through the Port of New York and New Jersey alone. That trade supports more than 500,000 local jobs.
And a 2-week strike could, cause these disruptions to feed into early 2025.
Ryan Sweet with Oxford Economics says if a deal isn't reached in time, a stoppage could disrupt more than half of U.S. shipping traffic.
This is going to be very disruptive to the U.S. economy.
In a statement to CBS News, the U.S. Maritime
As if dock work.
All right, Shalom. First things first, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, those who rule well and have learned this truth from. All right, salutations to the brothers stiffly pushing this one truth in all sincerity and diligence, risking both your lives and freedoms to do so. And Shalom to the rest of the elect. All right, this is your brother Rakakabar. All right, back at you again with another lesson that'll be going into the great tribulation and famine that's about to hit this place by storm. Okay, great tribulation, man, is pretty much upon this place. People can't afford to make ends meet. You got strikes all across the globe, protests. You got war, riots. All right, and this is pretty much the latest. Okay, you have a major ports across the U.S. All right, are going to shut down if they don't reach an agreement come October 1st. So, come October 1st, which I believe is actually next week, as of the date of this video going out. So if they don't reach that agreement, they want more money. They want higher wages. They want better protections, and if they don't reach this agreement, then they're going to shut down, I believe they said, for about 2 weeks, which will cause will fuck up 50% of the transportation of the supply chain over here, man. Okay, so this is pretty much a major strike that we could be looking at. Okay, and this pretty much follows the helm of the railroad strike that we barely averted. I believe it was twice. Okay, we had a couple different major railroad strikes that almost went into play, man, because a lot of these people, hey man, people can't afford to make ends meet, and it makes sense because here you are paying all these taxes. Inflation is continuing to go up, yet the job market is not doing any better. Okay, it's an inverse relationship. Okay, and that causes stagflation. The price continues to go up. However, the workforce, as scriptures say, the grinders are going to cease. Okay, the grinders are ceasing because they are few. All right. It also tells you in Isaiah the 19th chapter, there shall be no work for Egypt, which the head or tail shall do, man. Meaning from the top, these bankers, these investors, these particular CEOs of these companies, man. Well, I mean, when you follow the money, what are they doing? They're all taken out. You got Warren Buffett dumped, I believe like millions, if not billions. All right. Shares of these particular stocks. OK, everybody's, taking their money out. All right. Because they know that this collapse is about to hit this place, man. See, when you follow the money, you look at what these CEOs are doing, stepping down, right, having to cut back on their employees because the doors in the shuts are about to be shut again, man. They can't afford to keep these businesses open and running. And at the same time, you have all these particular strikes. All right. But and this would be a major one because this is going to directly affect what? The food. OK, And this is what's going to cause people to riot, man. When the bread and circus ends, that's what's going to cause all hell to break loose. Okay, that along with the fact the collapse of the U.S. dollar. Those are like the two main things, man. It's this, hard to make ends meet, can barely put food on the table. And now, you have all these different outbreaks that's causing a lot of the food to be recalled, man. It's going right underneath you people's noses. But this famine is literally grown on this place, man. And if this shutdown occurs, you can expect it to get 10 times worse. Let's grab this real quick. This is 2 Ezra 15 and verse 19. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So it's telling you why this shit's about to happen, man. And a part of that tribulation, goes into these people being divided politically, the election, these people are tired of the whole woke agenda. These people are completely divided. That plays into this tribulation. But what's largely going to get these people, man, is what? The food. The food and that hyperinflation, that you read about in Revelation 6, a day's wage for a loaf of bread, man. Fill up your gas tank is be $500, and that's if you got a gas efficient car. Right? You got a diesel truck, shit, $1,500, because what? BRICS is actively collapsing the dollar, man. When you pay attention, man, they're doing this shit. It's being realized slowly but surely. And, we're just waiting on the catalyst to where you really going to see the impact of it, man. These nations, moving away from the dollar and joining BRICS. See? All right. And I believe October 1st, matter of fact, BRICS is supposed to be announcing their currency or something, man. They're supposed to be, and I don't know if it'll be on, just regular Safari, but yeah, they got that meeting October. Let me just look at this real quick. I'm gonna just pull this up briefly. You got a lot of shit happening, man. It's really going into the collapse of the U.S. dollar, and they're trying to cover it up. They're trying to, but yeah, if I come across that, we'll go into that. But I believe come October 1st, BRICS membership October summit. Yeah, they have a summit, okay, where they're meeting. All right. And already know that you have hundreds of countries that want to join BRICS, man. So you know what the meeting is about. It's about further de-dollarization and strengthening and bolstering the member currencies. Okay, the member country currencies of BRICS. Okay, they've completely circumvented the dollar and they're trading oil, with their member currencies, man. Gold. See, so this place is lost, man. This place is through. And this type of shit is poised to happen because they're not trying to heal this place, man. These elites, they're pretty much done with America, Babylon the Great. And that's why they've allowed this place to get invaded with millions of undocumented peoples, man. Okay, millions of them. See, because this is what they're causing to happen. They're causing this chaos to break out, man. So don't be surprised, man. This just follows the fucking bridge explosions, the factory explosions, them killing off all the cattle and chicken due to these different outbreaks. So, this famine, man, that's why I wanted to grab this, is what's going to get you people, man. This famine and this great tribulation. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. See, now that word tribulation, I just wanted to look that up real briefly. That word tribulation, it says a cause of great trouble or suffering. See, well, that goes into what? Jacob's trouble, man. A cause of great suffering or trouble, a state of great trouble or suffering. So what's the main thing causing people to suffer, man, is what? The cost of everything. Your dollar is so weak in value, you can't get the same shit you was able to get 5, 6, 10 years ago, man. All right. It's pretty much at that point to where it's hard to make ends meet, man. You got to have, multiple jobs. You got to have roommates. You don't have time to really do anything you want to do because you got to keep paying. You got to work to pay your bills. Then after that, you ain't really got much left, man. See, but that goes into this tribulation, man, the time of suffering. And that's why scripture said a grinder cease. There's going to be no work for this place, man. Look at the economy, man. It's not doing hot. I don't know how many I forgot what they call, man, but different government shutdowns that we barely avoided. They can't keep slapping a Band-Aid on this shit, man. Before long, it's gonna blow. You know, before long, it's gonna blow. That's when you go into Habakkuk. That's when you go into Habakkuk 2, and it says this place is laden with thick clay, which that goes into heavy depths. Heavy debt, man. Salakia. Heavy debt, man. This place is in heavy debt, and it can't be sustained, man. This is Revelation 6. In verse 5, it says, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. Which goes into the yoke that was put on the nation of Israel, man. All right, and ultimately this yoke, hey, you people are starting to experience this shit. It's hard times, oppression, from your own government. It says, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see that thou hurt not the oil and the wine, which a penny during the time of the ancient Romans represented a day's wage. So that's where we're at, man. That's why this great tribulation is about to cause you people to fucking riot. It's going to be worse than just these strikes, man. Lord willing, they're going ahead and do it. We need something to hurry up and start popping off over here, man. Because due to the cost of living, it's not going to get any better. And what I could see these devils doing is, causing all hell to break loose, have another global pandemic due to whatever virus they want to use. There's so many of them out there. And then start trying to give you people stimulus checks again. And, and then come with the whole universal basic income, because they got it to where AI, and the robots and shit is really taking over, man. Like come 2025, they saying a lot of people that work in these the tech sectors, all right, in various sectors, man, you're going to be out of a job. You're being replaced, man. See, so that they got the stage is literally set. They got UBI. They're going to have a digital currency. And really, these devils want to make it to where you won't necessarily need to work, and it's like, we so overworked now that sounds perfect, but at the end of the day, these devils are sneaky, man. They're going to try to, you ain't got to work, or you work a 4-day work week, or you might not have to work at all. But the whole time you got a fucking chip in your hand to where you get a certain amount of money each month. And if you don't use it, you lose it. It really just goes into them controlling you, man, but yeah, man, this is where we at, man. This shit is going to shit, man. This place can't be sustained. But yeah, it says, and I heard a voice in the midst of the fourth beast say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. So that goes into what? Hyperinflation, man. What's causing this hyperinflation is BRICS. The de-dollarization, man. Once again, the dollar is no longer backed by gold since the 70s. Now it's no longer backed by oil, okay? Because it was that June 8th, the Saudis they failed to renew the petro agreement, so now it's only backed by war, man. And what's happening over there in the Middle East? See, America's getting drawn in, man. So, hey, man, before long, man, you about to witness all hell break out on these streets, man. And that's why we've been constantly warning you people, man, because the time is very short, man. Right? And the lack of food goes into the supply chain being disrupted. Okay, that's why scriptures say in 2 Ezra 6:22, suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, okay, which goes into drought, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, man. Yeah, well, what's going to cause the storehouses to be found empty when these damn supply chain, the ports, the trucks, the cargo ships are not delivering this food, man? See, so you people ain't got too many more warnings, man. All right, okay. Yeah, it says supply chain threat. Major ports across the U.S. could shut down, which Lord willing they do, if a new agreement between a union that represents tens of thousands of longshoremen and shipping companies isn't reached by October 1st. So that's next week, man. Businesses are bracing for a strike at 36 U.S. ports on the East Coast. Wow. Including New York, Savannah, and Miami, that could upend supply chains and raise prices just weeks before Election Day. So there you have it. Prices are going to get even higher, man, because if, you deal with supply and demand. If they don't got the supply, then shit, they got to raise the prices because it's a shortage of it, man. So, everything that scriptures is prophesied about, man, we see it happening. Okay, heading into 2025, man, this year ain't even over yet, but heading into the 2025, man, it's not looking good at all. All right. And Lord willing, they shut it down. But, we know how these devils move, man. Like, They'll try to avert the shit last minute, okay, to lull you people back to sleep. But we really in them times, man, to where they ain't gonna be able to stop the collapse of this place, man. You know, they're not gonna be able to stop the collapse of the dollar. They've been doing everything in their power, you know, pulling oil from the reserves, you know, so that you can, you know, still get $2-3 gas, you know, but even that fluctuates crazy. So they ain't gonna be able to continue to slap a Band-Aid on this shit, man. This shit will implode. All right. And that's really what we're looking at, man. So Lord willing, it hurry on up and happens. But that's pretty much the point. I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah Bashem Rakakadash, DTA Wa Baba Ball, Shalom.